All right, so hi everyone. It's Sunday. It's September 30th. It's a beautiful day here in New York City. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. This video is going to be a very brief one. Um, Firstly, I want to begin by saying the feedback on these videos has been great. And so I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping that they're helpful to you. If there's any topic you need me to cover, or if you feel that I didn't explain clearly enough, please, again, in the comment section below or in the XJW Reddit group, you can, just leave a message or a comment and let me, or post some, comment about it, and I'll be sure to get to it. I also want to say that, so far, like I said, from the feedback I've been seeing, things are going good. I want to say that this whole process is going to take time and patience. So, that's very important, very important. I know it's hard because sometimes especially when you're a teenager, you want things instantaneously, right? But this process is going to take time. So I appreciate that, that you're being patient, that you're taking time and you're planning this thing carefully. So I'm so grateful and happy about that. And again, if there's anything we can do to help you with this process, please let us know. Let you know the XJ community is right behind you. And, so if there's anything we can do to help you, your teachers, your guidance counselors, just let us know. Okay, so I wanted to bring that up. The next thing that I wanted to bring out was, there was a teen in the XJW Reddit group, and he mentioned something, and I got to share it with you guys. So they mentioned that they told their parent that they no longer wanted to be an unbaptized publisher. And so this is a topic that I had not yet talked about, and I want to take the opportunity to do it now. So as a minor, your parent can make you go to the meetings. They can make you, they can insist that you go to the meetings. But they can't insist on anything beyond that. They can't make you go out and field service. They can't make you, I should say, they should not make you go out and field service. They should not make you comment at the meetings. They should not make you be a part of the theocratic ministry school. So if you are doing any of those things and you really don't wish to do those, participate in that to that level anymore, you absolutely have every right to talk to your parents if you can do so calmly. If you can do it in a calm manner and explain to them that you can just say, well, listen, I need some time to myself to think things over about what I want to do as far as with my life, as far as being a Jehovah's Witness. Just tell them you just want some time to think things over. The team that happened to post this on the XJW Reddit group, and they did a fantastic job. That's one thing I want to start off by saying, hands down, they did a fantastic job when they talked to their parent about this. That youth mentioned that the parent asked them, "What does this mean? You don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness?" And that youth remained quiet. They remained quiet. So, and again, I applaud that response. You either say nothing, or say something diplomatic, or I'm not sure, or I need time to think about it. Something like that. But, again, either say, the thing is, you don't want to become combative. You don't want to raise your voice. You don't want to start arguing. You don't want to shout out to them, listen, this is a cult. They're lying to you, blah, blah. You don't want to do all of that. So the way this youth handled it, that was perfect. And so that's what I'm encouraging any of you to do. If you feel that you don't want to do those extra things like commenting during the meetings or going out and field, you should absolutely have every right to talk to your parent about it and let them know that that's how you feel. If the parent says, okay, well, we're going to talk to the elders about this. Again, you talk to the elders, remain calm, remain respectful, talk to the elders one time. The reason why I recommend that you do talk to the elders is because if you tell your parent, well, I'm not talking to the elders, I'm not doing this, it may start a war that you understand that you don't want to start. So, and when you speak to the elders, the same thing. Do not say anything. Just tell them, listen, I just need some time. I'm unsure of what I want to do as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, and I just need time to think it over. And that's it. You don't have to say anything more, anything less. If the thing is, sometimes they want to insist on knowing exactly what is the problem or what exactly is holding you back, and you don't want to share any of that with them, because basically they want to just keep going and digging down and drilling down until you give them exactly what it is that for the reason why you don't want to take on those cult activities. But you don't want to give them that. You just want to let them know, I'm just rethinking this. I just need time to myself, and that's it. I need time to, that's it. So, that's one thing I wanted to make clear, that the extra cult activities, you're not obligated to participate in them. The other thing is, remember we were talking about your level of independence. You want to increase whatever you do, whenever you're making a decision about whether you should confront your parents or not. You want to keep in mind that level of independence. So let's suppose this is the level of independence. You want to increase it. You either want to stay at that same level or increase it. You don't want to do anything that's going to decrease your level of independence, okay? So that's one thing that should always be your determining factor. The last thing you want them to do is to take you out of school or to tell you, okay, now you can't work. We're not going to allow you to have that extra job on the side. That's what you don't want to happen. So that's what I mean. You have to be very careful when dealing with your parents and dealing with the cult. Okay, and like I said, I realize we're asking you to grow up quickly. We're asking you to walk a tightrope. But if you play your cards very carefully, yeah, you can make it out of the cult safely. All right. So I just want you to be aware of that. Okay. I just thought of another subject that along those same lines. A baptism. If your parents are trying to encourage you to get baptized, try to put it off for as long as you can. And the same reasons. Just tell them, I'm not certain about it. That's a lifelong commitment that I'm not sure that I'm ready to make. You can tell them, bringing up the example of Jesus Christ. He wasn't baptized till what? He was like 30 years old or so. So again, don't rush into baptism. And remember, they're going to push baptism because baptism once you're baptized, that gives them their policy is shunning once you do anything that steps outside the lines. So, again, I know it's asking you to walk a tightrope, but yeah, don't get baptized at all in that cult. So another issue that I wanted to talk about is this whole process with you exiting the cult. It's going to take time. And so I'm asking, please be as patient as you can. I know it's going to be frustrating at times. Um, Sometimes just finding employment alone, that can be, nerve-wracking and it takes time. So I'm going to ask you, please be as patient as you can. Use as many resources as you can. Your teachers, guidance counselors, the XJW Reddit community. Use as many resources as you can to try to find whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's housing, employment. So we're there for you. The other thing I wanted to raise is that, and I mean, some of you are and this is completely, for each individual to think about. I engage in activism. I try to help others who are in the same situation as I, or in any situation that I feel that I can contribute to give them support, give them words of advice or whatever. I engage in activism in that way. And that is something that I want each of you to give thought to as well, because eventually, my time on this earth is going to end, and we want everyone to keep, this work that we're starting and we're doing and engaged in, it needs to continue. And so one of the ways that we pay it forward is by helping others leave the cult. And so that is one thing that I really hope that as teens you guys give some thought to. Think of ways you can contribute. And whatever way whatever your contribution is, it doesn't I don't want you to feel like you have to do some huge earth-shattering thing. It can be this, small things or whatever, but just think of ways that you can contribute to helping people exit the cult. And it's important. Right now, a lot of the materials that are available are in English. And so the more languages that we get it translated into, the more websites we get translated and everything, it helps so much. So again, that's a big aid if you can contribute to helping others wake up. If you're a teen listening to this, the question came up: should you try to get your parents to leave the cult as well? And this is one of the reasons why I don't encourage that, because it jeopardizes you getting out of the cult safely. So rather than concentrate on getting your parents out, I want you to just concentrate on making it to safely first. And then once you're there, thinking about ways you can engage in activism. And what I mean, all things being equal, is hopefully after you're out, then then you can, from a safe distance, think about going back to help your parents leave the cult and all of that, helping other family members leave. Um, I'm going to tell you, with my own case, I have siblings who are still in the cult. I have a sister-in-law still in the cult. I have two nieces in the cult. And whenever they come around me, which doesn't happen often, but whenever they come around me, they get very defensive. You know, they are very. I mean, you can say it. You can just see it in their whole demeanor changes. And so that's why when it comes to helping your family leave and all of this, it's a very it, it it's a hard bridge to cross, and especially if you're a youth, that's a big responsibility to take on. And so that's why I don't want you to do it just, at this point. I want you to get to safety first. That means safely out of the cult first. And then if you want to help others leave, that's a good time to think about doing it. One thing I would say, though, is especially if you're, say, in school and you know that there are other JW teens such as yourself who are planning to leave, you should work together. You should work together, encourage one another, figure out if there's a way, you know, even after you guys turn 18. Maybe you can find housing together, attend college. You know what I mean? You can help each other out. So that's another thing I would encourage, especially if you're in school with other JWs who plan to leave. You should help one another, plan your exit together, figure out ways you can help one another out. But as far as your JW family members, I don't recommend trying to get them out yet at this point. And remember, you want to keep whatever level of independence that you have now. You either want to keep that same level of independence or increase it. You don't want to do anything that jeopardizes them giving you less independence, where they tell you, okay, we're going to have you homeschooled. We're going to insist that you read the Bible 2 hours a day. You're not going to be allowed to work after school or anything. You don't want them to take away any liberties and freedoms that you already have. So that's why I needed to tread very carefully. Don't try to get any of your family members out or anything like that. You don't want to make waves. So that's the video for today. Hope this helps. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you guys.